Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. We are back. What's going on? I hope you guys are all doing well. Obviously, a week where we've had a little bit of a punch in the gut, haven't we? A little bit of a punch in the gut with that defeat against Sheffield United. One that we didn't see coming, an unexpected 3 points dropped in a huge game on the horizon with that game against Arsenal at the Emirates coming up next. And obviously, in between all of that, we have seen Jesse Lingard leave the club and join West Ham on loan until the end of the season. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has opened the door on a potential return for him, saying that he wants him to go away, do well, play his football at West Ham and potentially come back to Manchester United. But I think, it's no matter how well Jesse Lingard does, at this age he needs first team football week in, week out, and he's not going to get that at Manchester United as it stands. So it's possibly the end of Jesse Lingard at Manchester United. And it's a move that, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit sad about. It's one that was expected. It's one that you could see coming. But I like Jess. Got a lot of time for him. He's a good lad. And he's had a difficult 2 years. And he won't be happy to see the end of his Manchester United dream. One thing that we can all agree on, whether you rated him as a player or not, is that Jesse Lingard was one of us. He was living the dream playing for Manchester United. And when he enjoyed those moments of scoring the winner at Wembley for Manchester United in the FA Cup, something which etched his name in the history of the club forever. And of course scored in the League Cup final at Wembley and other memorable moments, whether at the Emirates, the solo goal that he scored against Leicester in the Charity Shield, and various other great goals and moments that he had for Manchester United. Jesse Lingard was at times a key player for us, a valuable squad member that contributed massively, especially under Jose Mourinho in the early days of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He won a couple of trophies for the club as well, obviously picking up the FA Cup, the League Cup and that Europa League. And he lived the dream for Manchester United from a personal level as well. He was always someone that was supportive of what we were doing over at Full Time Devils and now Stretford Paddock. He was always helpful with the channel, jumping on the channel, giving us various interviews. I had the pleasure of filming an advert with him as well for Coca-Cola. Which was an incredible experience for me to be able to do that with someone that I like and someone that played for Man United was incredible. And he's always been sound to me. I got to know his family. His family are proper Reds who go to games as well. His brother's done fan cams outside Anfield in the past for us. So I mean, they're proper Reds, and this wouldn't be an easy thing for them, and especially if it was then made permanent. But Jesse needs to get first team football. We had to see players leave eventually, and he's not been good enough in the last 2 years. I think he'd be happy to admit that for whatever reasons, whether it was off the pitch stuff, on the pitch stuff. He obviously had his personal issues. He didn't perform for Manchester United and he's dropped down the pecking order. Therefore, he needs to leave to get first team football. We've seen it happen to academy players in the past at the club. He won't be the last. And best of luck to him. I genuinely think West Ham have got a fantastic player on their hands there, someone that could prove very useful for them. I know he's a player that was successful under Mourinho, and that isn't easy. And I think West Ham have got a very good player on their hands that could pop up with some big goals. Who knows, against against Arsenal or against Liverpool, which could be his first game for them. But looking at the Jesse Lingard thing, and it got me thinking about Anthony Martial. Now, Anthony Martial is under massive criticism at the moment. I don't think he's in a similar position to Jesse Lingard at all, and I don't think it's anywhere near that. But there are some lessons that he could learn from the Jesse Lingard story. Jesse Lingard was someone that was contributing heavily to Manchester United, enjoyed massive highs, enjoyed very good seasons, enjoyed big valuable contributions to winning trophies for the club, and he's an academy player as well. And it's gone wrong for him over the last couple of years, and as a result he's had to leave and further his career at another club. Now, as good as a move West Ham is for him, he'd rather be at Manchester United playing week in, week out. And Anthony Martial, I think, is a huge talent. I think he had a great season last season, Player of the Year, top goal scorer without taking penalties. I thought he had a really good season and stepped up when many players didn't step up for us last season, especially when you consider for half the campaign we didn't have Bruno. This season's been a dreadful one for him. It hasn't gone to plan at all. I thought at the start of the season some of his performances were good. He just didn't have the luck in front of goal and his finishing was off. But as the season's progressed, his performances have gone worse. Now, I believe he should be dropped for the game against Arsenal. I think he could agree with that. Everybody could agree with that happening. And that's probably one of the things which has meant that he hasn't really grasped that you need to start fighting for your spot again. Because even though he's been out of form, he's been playing on the left. So I think he should be dropped, and that could be something which gives him a kick up the arse to get him going again. But he needs to realise that it's a big opportunity for him here at Manchester United. Last season was great for us. You know, he had a fantastic campaign. And I'm not writing him off. I don't agree with the people that say he's done, he's finished, he's not a Manchester United player, this, that and the other. Because I still think he can contribute to the club. But he needs to really realise that this next 6 months are massive for him. Because if you don't pull it together, if you don't get back on track, things can change very quickly for you at Manchester United. And next season you'll be going into that campaign with even more pressure on you. With even more, question marks over you. And you need to perform then as well. And if that doesn't happen, before you know it, you could be out of the club. And playing for Manchester United, you're not going to go up from Manchester United if you leave under a cloud. You know what I mean? I think Martial will have a great career no matter where he is, but that's not going to happen. And I think just realise you don't want to have any regrets at this club. You don't want to have any regrets at this club. I do think Tony will be dropped for the weekend, and rightly so. And I do think, he'll come back good. But he needs to realise this is a big turning point over these next couple of months in his Manchester United career. I don't think we'd sell him in the summer, even if he didn't score again between now and the end of the season, because I think Oli likes him as a player. But in terms of, being the main man, which is what he wants to be, you have to grasp the nettle now while the opportunity is there, because things move quickly at a club like Manchester United, and you can, before you know it, end up being a squad player, end up being on the bench, and I believe he's got way too much talent for that to happen, way too much. So maybe there's some lessons that can be learnt there. Also this week, Marcos Rojo left the club as well, or is close to leaving the club, with Boca Juniors set to agree a deal for him. So Manchester United moving more players out, and probably cheering that wage bill before the summer when we potentially bring in a few signings. But yeah, a frustrating week for Manchester United. A sad week as well, in terms of, seeing Jesse leave and that. And, seeing United lose that game is disappointing, but it's about how you bounce back, and we've got to bounce back. We have to bounce back. Big game against Arsenal. And if we go out there and perform, I think we can look at that Sheffield United game and say, just a blip. 13 games unbeaten in the league. Lose that one, a little bit of a wobble, get back on track, we'll be alright. But hopefully we see a reaction from the boys. And dropping Martial, hopefully we'll get a reaction from him as well. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're keeping it liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all that jazz. Obviously I know Jesse, I know Martial, I know all those things are divisive topics, which is incredible because I think they're two good lads. Obviously, whether you agree they're the main men or not for United, the maliciousness is a bit strange. So yeah, keep it sensible in the comments. And for now, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.